Rosario, what is it like working in any capacity with these two knuckleheads?
I mean, it is. I really loved, the sort of breakdown of talking about and it really does feel like these two guys playing with their toys and sharing and
Yep.
seeing like who's gonna play with what.
Right.
And
You
I'm like the
said that on
toy. Like
stage.
I'm just like, cool. Can I get put in? And
playing
can
with
we
us,
get
yeah.
Zeb over here? And I get to kind of cross all the streams. Like I'm over here in Boba Fett a little
You
bit.
get all the
I'm over here in
lightsabers.
Mandalorian.
You
I
get
get all the
all the lightsabers.
lightsabers.
Yes.
Yeah, a little Grogu.
You get
like,
two.
It's all the things. It's all the things.
What's the hardest move to do with two lightsabers? Nobody gets two.
Yeah, I know. Actually, doing two together is quite awesome, and I'm so used to that. It's certain moves in which I have to go over the mantras. That's where it gets
Right.
really tricky
That's
because
true.
you're practicing and you got the
Body
speed
awareness,
down,
right.
and like you know what I mean, and
Yeah.
then you're keeping it close to the body, and it's so cool. And then it's like let go, like in real life, if they were really going, they would just be like, so
You
you
should borrow one
gotta.
of Dave's hats so that you're.
And does that mean that there's somewhere that there's like blooper footage of you like bumping the mandrills with the lightsaber?
I have to say, there's definitely got to be blooper footage of me actually getting smacked in the face with them.
Great.
And that was one of the things. I remember Simon, who was one of our camera operators. There was a moment where all of the crew did this like 30-second Ahsoka draw, where they like all made like a little doodle, and the doodle he did looked like a croissant. Like it was like, why does it like flat and like whatever? And he's like, because when you spin really fast, the head tails like lift up, and you look like a little croissant. And I was like, really?
Oh my God, a little
And I'm like, I'm
croissant.
sure if you slow them down, there's a couple times where I stopped short and they probably whipped me.
When I'm watching the show, I'm always grateful that you have a lot of presence as a performer because I'm so fixated on the mandrills. Like that technology is so
It has
good.
evolved. It has evolved.
It has. And every time I'm
3D printing technology. Yes.
It's 3D printed.
Yeah, it has evolved to a 3D. It was a 3D printed
Skeleton.
flexible skeleton because it's about the weight. So because we had it earlier seasons before Ahsoka, similar things that it was very, very heavy. We have them detachable, but they have to be able to move with her because she's doing so many.
Yes, because it's an
croissant
organic
moves.
being.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever put it on?
No, I'm not. I haven't played that character yet. Yeah. Looking forward to it, Dave. There's another season 3.
You heard it here first.
Don't
Season
promise.
three.
Don't promise.
Darth
No.
Croissant.
Darth Christmas.
It's not what you're looking for. Darth Croissant. More like Twi'lek.
It is delicious and deadly. I mean, the big news out of the panel is that we got some Akbar action.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
The Admiral. The good Admiral.
And Zeb, come on, that was
Absolutely.
Zeb, yes.
please tell me that there's going to be like a huge reversal where Akbar is the one setting the trap.
That's interesting.
Thought about it. Thought about it.
You
but I
guys
don't
need
know.
any writers?
I stayed away from the trap. It's just too much.
It's too much.
It's sad for him.
Oh,
I actually
yeah.
thought of someone saying to him, it might be a trap, and he's like, impossible. I know that. I wouldn't fall for that again, but you just stay away from it. You can't.
Big year for him. Big year for Zeb too. It is
Yeah.
a big year for Zeb. Yeah.
Right.
Zeb's getting a lot of a lot of responsibility.
He's a movie star now.
Yep.
We made him a movie star.
That's right.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I have a million more things and I don't even know what to focus on. Oh, hey, Dave.
Yeah.
Would you say that being the one who has had the most person-to-person work with Lucas, that you find like this heavy responsibility to keep that going, and how does that work? I say as I'm trying to wrap up.
I don't know, a heavy responsibility. It just is what it is. And I feel very fortunate to have worked with him and now be continuing and to actually still be here. And that the work that I've done has been impactful enough that I have gotten to continue telling Star Wars stories. I don't think any of that's ever a given. There are so many talented people out there and so many that would love to tell these stories. And so it's I see it more as a privilege to be a part of it. And if I can guide people and if they care to know how George did stuff, I'm more than willing to tell them, and I will explain to them why he would or would not do something. And I say, but ultimately, you have to choose for your story how you're going to do this. But you should know these things because I think there's something to it. But you always have to remember that for every artist, they have to stay true to who they are. They cannot try to be somebody else.
Yeah.
So when you bring someone on, you have to let them express that. That's the most important thing. And then their story and their characters will also be true. So, you know, obviously I'm different from George. Though he taught me, my style is a bit different. There are obviously things and cues to things I like in my Star Wars that weren't in his, and he knows that. So, but yeah, it's I love it, and that's why I'm still here, because I do love it and I get to work with these guys. So
it's amazing.
Great too.
And then, you know, and I'll just wrap up by saying, hey, Jon, like, has anybody talked to you about like the multiverse with like maybe your Foggy Nelson coming back?
Interesting. Yeah, my Foggy Nelson. That's right.
Right?
I played that's Happy Hogan, Foggy. I was in with the other Daredevil.
Right,
as
exactly.
Happy.
Yeah.
So it's a lot to keep track of.
Is that? I mean,
Yeah,
I'm full of goddamn ideas
Yes,
today,
it
you
is.
guys. You're
Nice.
very
Very
inspiring,
good. Thank you.
and I'm full of
Thank you
swears.
for that.
Yeah. Now I have to leave.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure. Nice talking to you.